Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I haven't been uploading regularly for the past couple of months. Just to kickstart my YouTube channel again, I decided to do a more casual sit and talk video. I want to just casually share my thoughts on going into 2023. I just turned 30, so 2023 would be my first year in my 30s, and I thought it would be a good time to reflect on my strengths and weaknesses, clarity and anxiety, and much more. This is by no means a video trying to give advice to people. I won't tell you what to do or how to feel at a certain age. This is simply a snapshot of my mindset at the moment. And I think what's really interesting is the dichotomies that I've been caught in and I have been exploring. Well, dichotomy, big word. It's an English learning channel, so I feel obligated to say big words. Well, so according to vocabulary.com, a dichotomy is a contrast between two things. When there are two ideas, especially two opposite ideas, like war and peace or love and hate, you have a dichotomy. The Chinese translation will probably be 二元对立 or 二分法. More examples are like yin and yang, good and evil, left wing and right wing, and I think you get the idea. The first dichotomy that I've been experiencing is between living a nomadic lifestyle versus having stability in Taiwan. Well, in my 20s, I had a desire to live a digital nomad lifestyle and travel alone. I did that first time when I was 24. I lived in Tokyo for 2 months alone, and then I solo traveled to Greece, and then I moved to Montreal the following year. My desire for freedom really motivated me to work hard on my YouTube channel. Then the pandemic hit, so no more travel plans, but the workforce has also drastically changed. People are more familiar with remote work right now, and I was finally able to do complete remote work and live a more nomadic lifestyle last year. As you can see from a lot of my videos last year, lots of traveling and lots of moving around. But after so many flights, so many incredible experiences, I met so many great people. After coming back, I still kind of felt tired, like not physically but also mentally. I was so tired of flying, tired of breaking routines just to seek novelty, and I was really tired going to social events and tell my whole life story all over again just to make one friend in town. I realized that there is probably something to be said about having stability, as much as I used to despise it even a little bit. And of course, as a 30-year-old, people often ask me when I'm going to settle down, like start a family, blah blah blah. But I still really appreciate the freedom that comes with my nomadic lifestyle, and I used to get so offended by these questions that people bombard me with. But now I hope that I can slowly have a very quiet confidence. I guess a quiet confidence for me is to feel really secure in my own timeline and also not needing to explain myself or even dismiss other people. Having a very traditional lifestyle in the future honestly sounds like an option to me right now too. I still feel slightly offended when people ask me about my plans on settling down or starting a family. It's just, I think, a very visceral reaction. It's like an instinct, an animal instinct of defending yourself, but I'm also learning not to see all questions as attacks toward my own lifestyle choices, and I still find myself in a dichotomy between freedom and stability myself too. There are times when I would definitely think that the grass is greener on the other side, but when in doubt, I always just picture a person with really quiet confidence, really composed. What would she think? And I guess I would be seeking answers from that person for years to come, going into my 30s. That quiet confidence, and I want that, and I would feel less offended. I would feel more comfortable in any situation I'm in. Well, before we continue, I want to share a quick story of me learning Japanese. Today's sponsor, Lingoda, invited me to share a language win, and I love that idea. A language win is any success, big or small, that you experience in your own language learning journey. I learned Japanese when I was in college. Like I said, I went to Tokyo and lived there for 2 months. And during that time, I would often just go to Shibuya and walk around, something like that. There is a culture called Nampa, which means like 搭讪 in Chinese. So when I was walking in Shibuya, random Japanese men would just come up to me and want to chat. It was really awkward at first, and I would just wave my hand and say, I don't speak Japanese. But from then on, the conversation would just start and go on and on and on. I would end up having a full-on conversation with a random Japanese person in the middle of the street. Funny enough, when you asked me about a language win, like that's the first thing that came to my mind, and I was oddly proud of myself whenever I go to Shibuya. But if you ask me to speak Japanese right now, I would say I have probably lost everything. Well, it's simply because I wasn't consistent in learning Japanese after I left Tokyo. I honestly think that consistency is the single most important predictor for language acquisition. So if you want to stay consistent in your language learning journey, try Lingoda Sprint Challenge. You can learn English, Business English, Spanish, French, and German through Lingoda's Sprint Challenge. During the sprint for 60 days, you must attend lessons every day for the Super Sprint Challenge or every other day for the Sprint Challenge. And after completing the challenge, you can receive up to 100 or 50% cash back for the Super Sprint Challenge and the Sprint Challenge respectively. You can choose the level, topic, and the time of your lessons freely. My discount code for this month is WINWITHCHEN. You can get $25 off your deposit using this code. I'll put the link to Lingoda's Sprint Challenge in the description box below. Back to another dichotomy that I find myself in. So last year, I finally started meditating regularly. This is such a win for me, honestly. And I even picked up yoga. Like that was simply crazy. I would never expect that from me. But these new habits really helped me understand my mind better. I used to think about only hustling and productivity, and my self-worth was so tied to my productivity. This set of values is very close to the hustle culture nowadays, when we just prioritize our career and see overworking and neglecting self-care as a badge of honor. Like, you're so proud, but you're busy. What does that even mean? I had the awareness of my toxic productivity back in, I think, 2020 when I was really burnt out. Even though I had the awareness, I really didn't have any solution. That's when I started reading a lot about mindfulness and spirituality. It took me almost 2 years and a couple more rock bottoms for things to finally click for me. I found a couple of ways to navigate my inner world better, and I've been practicing for the past year. First of all, it's meditation. This really helped me quiet my inner voice and find calmness and peacefulness that I've never experienced. And it's not just being quiet, it's the peacefulness is coming from within. It's a really surreal experience. I'm by no means an expert, but I went from a skeptic, a total skeptic. I despise sitting for 20 minutes, but now I can just sit in silence every day for 20 minutes, which is incredible. Second, I tried unconditional positive thinking. I know that sounds so stupid. I don't know. Like, even saying it out loud right now, I feel like my 20-year-old self would make fun of me. But this is what I've been trying. I want to think positively no matter how horrible the reality is right now. I don't just want to face reality. I want to take actions that are inspired by positive thoughts. And the third practice is to keep a gratitude journal where I just write down all the things that I'm grateful for. Things can be really small, like a good coffee in the morning, or just the bus came in right when I got to the bus stop. Like, things like these make me feel so lucky nowadays. I was aware of really the simple happiness in life and the kindness of people around me. And this mindset really shifted my reality, at least the reality that I was experiencing. When I was working hard on my career to feel worthy of any attention or love, I came from a place of lack and fear. But when I started to really appreciate what I have and what is within me, I started operating under abundance. As much as everything sounds like rainbows and flowers, I am still not quite clear on where I stand on mindfulness, because after I became more mindful of present moments, I actually lost some motivation for planning for the future and goal setting, because ideologically, those mindsets kind of go against each other. I started following my intuitions a lot more, and I just let things unfold naturally. Whether it be work or relationships, I gave up the toxic mindset of wanting control over everything. But at the same time, I kind of lost my relentless pursuit of perfection and aggressiveness towards my career. I felt like I've lost my edge a little bit. The answer, of course, would be to quote unquote find a balance, right? But I'm on the spectrum of becoming a nun versus a crazy career woman, which is where is the balance here? Where do I stand? Working on finding a balance between mindfulness and productivity would be a theme for my 30s for sure. One last contrast in my life would be identifying as a private and introverted person versus being publicly on social media. People nowadays all have some extent of an online presence. We take pictures of food, buildings, friends, and pretty much anything we find cool. But the question is, how do you choose whether to post it or not? Please tell me your standard or logic or your inner workings when it comes to posting on social media, because I still don't know. I want to rationalize everything in my life. So like, okay, I take a picture of my food. Do I post it? Do I not? Is it gonna be annoying? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I would really love to know your rationale. Anyways, when I first started YouTube, I was just there to teach English. I wanted to show up, you learn something, I leave, we're happy, right? I didn't like the idea of having a persona out there and letting people know too much about my personal life. Well, it's not just to my viewers, but also to my friends too. It's funny how the things I've shared in this video, I might not even tell my friends in real life. It's just that I'm filming all by myself at home, which creates an illusion of privacy, I believe. I'm generally pretty private and I keep things to myself most of the time. I would only say it out loud when I feel like the thing has passed, or I'm extremely ready, or I've already made up my mind. Yeah, somewhere along the lines of that. And my inner circle is extremely small. I enjoy most of the time just being alone. But the more I am in the online space, I still more or less developed or formed a personality in the process. There is a bit of a cognitive dissonance here because, you know, I am a private person, but I also have an online presence that's way too public. I know it's important to be genuine online. You know, you want to be genuine, relatable, sincere, all those good stuff for influencers. But the thing is, if I were to be genuine, I won't be online. Does that make sense? Don't get me wrong, the part that I love about being online is that a lot of people can see the creative stuff I make, right? I think of creative ways to learn English, and that's the part that I like about being online. Filming vlogs was completely out of my comfort zone, but it turned out to be a great way for people to learn English, and that's like the thing that people tell me that they love. So honestly, I genuinely love doing my vlogs too. I'm not doing it for the sake of being an online personality, because it does fulfill my goal. 2023 marks the 7th year of me on social media. 7th! For the 7th year, I'm working on being more comfortable and secure with my online presence. Honestly, it's been 7 years. Come on. If I get some heat from whatever I say online, I think I'll be able to handle it. Well, 23-year-old me might be super sad and like post on my private Instagram about who said what and who did what. But now I think I'll be fine. That means that I want to be more open to the love from my viewers, and I need to stop telling myself that I'm a private person and I'm introverted. Oftentimes it's a story that we tell ourselves that stops us from embracing change. So the narrative of, oh, me being an introvert, so being online isn't a thing for me. I don't know how that happened, but it's been 7 years. I need to stop telling myself that story. Stop telling stories that don't serve me. Once I stop that narrative, I would definitely be more comfortable with where I am on social media right now. All right, the conclusion for today is I sometimes navigate between grossly distinct worlds. I'm sure if you watched up until now, you'll probably feel the same too. After filming this video, right here, right now, I truly believe that the best years are ahead of me, and I gained so much more clarity from just filming this video, and it is truly therapeutic, and I can't wait to see what's gonna happen, and you might be there to see it too, because I'm still gonna be online and be open to embracing all of your love. More to come in 2023, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!